Greetings, Olsen U. How you guys doing today, guys and gals? Hope everyone's doing well. This week, what we're doing, we're working on a recipe that's, well, you know, I'm no good at baking, but I wish I was a lot better. And especially, I know in the last year, a lot of people have been working a lot on sourdoughs and whatnot, which I tried multiple times, and ultimately it just didn't work out, did it, honey? But one thing that I found is becoming very popular is this no knead bread. It's been really popular for, I don't know, about 15 years almost actually. But yeah, we're gonna do a no knead bread, and this is bread so easy that even I can do it. Okay, and so yeah, so what I've got here is I've got 500 grams of bread flour. I've got, well, check it out. Come with me. Check this out. This is a little pro tip when you're in the kitchen. One thing that I've done here, this is kind of an inside look at the Mr. Snap's kitchen here. Here's our cabinet here. One thing that I've done is I put little recipes on the inside of my cabinets. And the recipe we're using today is this one right here. 100% of flour. And I have that at 500 grams. I have 75% liquid. That means 75% times 500, which is 300. I hope that's 350. Well, hopefully it's pretty close to 350. 0.5% of yeast, and 0.5% times 500. I have that calculated out to be 2.5 grams. Hopefully we can put some of these calculations up on the screen for you here. And 2.5% salt, which I've translated to 12 grams. You know, and hey, I'm the first to admit it. Sometimes I make mistakes, but hopefully not in this case. And so here we go. So the next thing we do is this is one of my favorite bowls. This is where we keep our big bowls, by the way. We're doing a little tour today of the Mr. Snap's kitchen. This is just a bowl, you know. It's funny, a long time ago the handle got melted a little bit. Who knows? I don't even know how that happened. But come on, I'm gonna grab a spoon here. And here we go. So I'm gonna put my 500 grams of bread flour right in this bowl here. By the way, this is an overnight recipe, which means, you know, it's gonna take overnight. You know, you start it today, you bake it tomorrow. And then I'm gonna add my salt, my 12 grams of salt here. And then I've got my yeast here, 2.5 grams of yeast. That's the stuff that makes it proof. And we've talked a lot about that reaction. What I do here is I just give it a good stir. Give it a good stir. These dogs here, they think they're gonna get some food here out of this whole deal. Not gonna happen though. It ain't gonna happen. Well, I shouldn't say that actually. Who knows what's gonna happen actually. And then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add my water here. Just pour it right in, and then I'm just gonna get my hands going in there. And I want to make sure everything is nice and incorporated. And that's all I'm really trying to do here. And the reason why this is no knead, actually, it's funny, is that if you just let this stuff sit out long enough, what happens is that the yeast actually, starts to eat some of the sugars that are found in the flour. And a chemical reaction takes place, which produces both carbon dioxide and ethanol. And the carbon dioxide, which is a gas, CO2, molecular weight 44.0 grams on a good day, is less dense than air and everything around it. So what it ends up doing is it ends up starting to rise up, okay? And during that, as it's moving through the dough, it actually, on a microscopic level, kneads the dough. And so we don't have to do any of the work. And there you go. And all I'm gonna do now, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna cut the camera. I'm gonna come back with some clean hands, and I'll show you what we do with this tonight. All right, so at this point we've got everything mixed up. My hands are clean again. And I'm gonna take my favorite product, the Glad Press & Seal, just place it on top of my container here. And this is, let me show you where I put things. Come on. Oh, this is my little oven here. I put it right here in the oven. It's a little warmer up there. And I just set it and forget it.
Hey everyone, it's the next morning, and we're just gonna take a look here at our dough. You can see it's poofed up quite a bit here. And so what I do at this point is I'm just gonna kind of fold it up on top of itself here, just like this. Oh, the yeast has different stuff to kind of eat. And then I'm gonna let this sit again for a few hours, you know, and then I'll show you our next step.
Okay, so you can see it's only been a couple hours since we kind of did our little flip there, the dough. And yeah, once again, what I'm going to do at this point is I'm just going to tear it away here. And really what I'm going to do is just kind of fold it up, kind of make like a crease there, like that. Or not a crease, or just kind of fold it all up into itself. Just kind of like what I did last time. But now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take this out of the bowl here. I'm going to place it on a piece of parchment paper that I have here. I'm going to put a little flour down. And now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to have my bowl come out. I'm just going to kind of plop it down here. No big deal. And what I'm gonna do now also, I'm gonna put a little flour on the top. And I'm actually gonna flour a rag here as well. With the rag, I'm just gonna take this rag, just gonna kind of drape it over my bread. And I'm gonna let this sit for about a couple hours, 1 or 2 hours. You know, actually, it really doesn't matter so much. It's pretty forgiving no matter what you do. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're actually going to bake it in this red pot here. And yeah, so we'll see you in a few hours when we bake our bread. All right, so we've let our bread rise for, I don't know, an hour or two more. Let's see where it's at now. Thankfully we put that you know, I don't know what you want to call it, rag on top of there. Oh, and I forgot to say another thing that we have to do, it's really important, to score your bread, and I'm going to do that right now. And that actually kind of helps prevent any blowouts. And now for the part of the whole baking bread process that I think is the most dangerous process, which is, see, I have a very, very hot pot in here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it right here. Just place this right here. That's hot, I can tell you. Then I'm just going to drop my bread into the, I say drop, but I'm going to carefully position my bread inside that thing. Put your mitt back on because you don't want to burn your hand on the scalding hot pot because this is all very hot. place it back into the hot oven, close it, and then you just set it and forget it. So let's set it first here. We're gonna put, that's gonna be 30 minutes of timing that we're gonna do, and once the timing is complete, then the bread will be complete as well. Okay, come on now, there you go. Now is one of the most funnest parts of the bread making process, where I will come very close to burning myself as I take it out of the oven. And so, what we're gonna do here, I'm gonna reach in, grab this extremely hot, oh, and look at that, just look at that bread. Look at that bread. Now all I gotta do is somehow get it out of the, it comes right out. Whoa, and that is, I can tell you right now, this is such a hot, it's so hot. It's so hot. Oh, yikes, is that hot. Hot, 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 hot. Okay, I'm just gonna set this here. Oh, very warm. And look at that, look at our bread here. This can come right out. And now what we're gonna do, everyone, is we are going to let this sit. They say for about an hour, and if you can wait that long, go for it. We're gonna let it sit for a while. Apparently the structure on the inside of the bread is still setting up, but that might be just something that people say. There's no way to really know unless we were to crack in there. But listen, can you zoom in there and listen to the bread? You hear that? That's the sound of good bread right there. That's what good bread sounds like. They say you can hear good bread, and there you go. But we'll wait before we try it. All right, and so now we're gonna see how our bread actually looks and tastes. So let's kind of, it's one of the things they say is so nice about sliced bread is that it's already sliced for you. There's other modern day conveniences that I put on top of sliced bread, but yeah, this is quite nice though. You can see here that we've got a really nice crumb structure there. But what I'll do now is I will slice off a hunk. Let's just try it out with a little bit of butter. See how that goes. Oh yeah, still warm. Smell is quite good. A little bit of salt on there. And here's the big moment here. Hey, watching? Please don't do that. Wow, that's some really good bread. But dogs don't eat bread. What kind of dog eats bread? Anyhow, I hope you're able to enjoy some bread at home. No knead bread. No need to worry either, because it's just basically bakes itself, doesn't it? It sure tastes good though. So, once again, if you have a recipe that you want to see, let me know. And other than that, have a great day. Stay safe, everyone.